What's going on, y'all? This is Greg. Greg said it. We back at it, y'all. You know, we moving right along. I believe this May is going to move probably faster than any other month. It's definitely moving already. So before we know it, we're going to be back in the groove of things. Like I said, probably the shortest month as far as field. And all our new players are coming in. Guys, we've been waiting the whole spring semester for the Will Shepherds, the baby T.O.'s, Russell coming in. We got our little young freshmen, the Dre Lund. Everybody want to see what's Cam McHale bring, replacing Dylan. All these guys are coming in. Plus, we got a whole slew of new linemen, offensive linemen, new defensive linemen, and lately a bunch of secondary. And that was the area that we originally said we didn't need much in, but I guess it opened up with Cooper leaving and Kamani McLean leaving. And then we had some younger guys, the Israel Solomon. I don't know if he's fully gone. And it's a lot of things, a lot of pieces that we thought would stick around, and especially the safety area we had a lot of depth, and that's not as much. And the corners was developing. So we got some young corners coming in, and everything is looking good. I mean, it was amazing. We thought we was gonna need a lot in the offensive room, and it kind of solidified. But then now we look back, and now the defensive room that was kind of like had the most depth, especially secondary. Now that's the area we need the most. So it's kind of like it shifts. But one area that has really been impressive, that for a very small stint of time appeared to be an issue, is that running back room. I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute, because the running backs are that group of people who is really going to make a difference in the Colorado's offense. When you look at the running game per se, everybody say we need a running game to make our passing game more effective, to protect Shador, to be an actual team that can win. So this is probably one of the most important areas that we've upgraded, especially with size. We needed more help with pass block, and we need some size to really run off a tackle and get those tough yards when we do have those short distance, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, that we can kind of pound it in. And we had smaller backs, and maybe that was the reason that we wasn't as comfortable, partially. But we went and got a nice group of backs who have size and speed. But size is the thing that we really, really needed. Okay, we lost McCaskill, we lost Dylan Edwards, we lost even Savion. And Savion, to me, was a bruiser type of back, really. He's a guy who can run the ball off anywhere, but he's not the biggest guy. So having two guys, 200 pounds, matter of fact, pretty much all the backs we brought in, even our little freshman, it has a decent size, the Hood brother. So we brought in 3 more backs. So we have, of course, we have Michael Welch here, who is nice size and a hard runner. And we just brought 2 more hard runners and another younger hard runner as a freshman. So everybody that we have has the size and the speed to get the job done, but they got both. That's the key. So we got Hayden coming in from Ohio State, and it's like, okay, he's always been a top runner. Ever since his sophomore, junior year in high school, he's just been that guy. Touchdowns, even speed, sneaky speed, track runner, but a thick, lower built guy, but still can run. Low center of gravity, but still can run. So that means he can block, he can run, and he's just not a little, short burst guy. He can take it to the house. And that's what he's been doing his whole career. So he's another young piece. He's not a veteran by any means. I think he probably have a year on his belt. So then we also look at Amos. Everybody's excited about Amos because he's a big guy. He's 6'2", 230 plus, and he has some experience. And I think he played at one point. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was Michigan. I get him confused with Green. But he's a big guy. He's strong, and he's fast, and it's hard for one person to take him down. That's a powerful thing to have, because, again, you got options, and you ain't got to wear. Oh, this is the big back. Well, both of them big enough. So you're not as predictable, and you don't have to wear one down. And if one down, you still have your big back, a bigger back than what we had. So when you look at all of these different backs, I'm not gonna leave out Hood. He's a young guy. A lot of people may overlook that, but again, he's a bigger back. He's not a small back, and he's gonna continue to grow. Same with Welch. Charlie, a nice piece, especially with practice scout team, and give them a real look. Because the key is to have guys that can give a look to our first team. Because we see that we have our second team go against the first team and things like that. So you don't want to just say, oh, we got tough running backs on the first team, but they're not really getting no looks elsewhere. The defense is going to be better having stronger backup running backs to get those looks off of. And then we look at the fact that we got these young guys coming in like the Cam McHale, again, who can play the Dillon role with the speed and the quickness, but he's bigger than Dillon. He's what Dillon was trying to get to size-wise, and he's younger. So it's a lot of positive things. Draylon Miller, he's a younger guy and even bigger, a thicker guy with the same speed, ball skills. You can easily bring him out the backfield as well. You can easily line him up in the backfield and then go into the quad. You know, because we can be in trips and line one of those guys on the backfield, be legit, and then he motion out and take the other slot. Now we got 4 threats. That's what they offer us, these 2 younger guys. They can come out the backfield and line up just like Dillon was doing, because they actually are receivers, but they got a lot of experience and the size to play running back. So that's going to help us in the backfield to be even more diverse. So when you really look at it, we have the size, we have the ability to block, we got the guys who can catch out the backfield, and we got the ability to give different looks and bring different stuff to the table. But the key is we can put away a game. We can get the tough short distance. We can punch it in on the goal line and in the red zone. I'm telling you, y'all gonna load up. We got them big linemen, and Amos gonna drag a couple people. Amos gonna get in there. He's not light in the tail. He's not a soft runner. You get him a crease, he's a very good reader. If he see a crease, he ain't just running blind and run up the back of the line. He can find that crease in a split second while running one direction. We got different skill sets coming. So for all those people, oh, they ain't gonna run the ball, go get yourself checked out. Because either you don't know nothing, which means you shouldn't be talking, or something wrong with you. Because there's no way in the world they went and got these caliber running backs. And you have no right to say Pat Sherman's not gonna run the ball, because his history shows that he's gonna run the ball. And even you seen how they kind of played it in the last game with Utah. He came in the last couple games, really. He showed you the ability to run the ball. So it's foolish to ask, is he gonna run the ball? He's gonna do the same thing a whole nother man did with a whole different set of tools and variables. They're gonna run the ball, and they got everything they need to be dominant running the ball. So let's get that straight. You got some guys in that backfield that's going to bring a dynamic to the offense that y'all ain't seen at Colorado. But if you look at history, you've seen what the run game did at Jackson State with Savion. So just be prepared for a very balanced and a very neutral threat, because I think the run game is going to be just as threatening. But that is me. Greg, what Greg said. Make sure y'all like, share, make sure y'all subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all soon.